Welcome to the Morsk Feed edition 6, Nude Hackers and Bieber Whackers edition. On a personal editorial note, I must comment that the world has become a very dangerous and chaotic mystery, full of very strange and difficult events. How do we, as poor little citizens, merely dust on the butt of a rabid moose wandering the swamps, proceed? Well, one thing I have found which helps me carry on through all the adversity and difficulties of life: arugula. Now, don't forget to go to my website, morsklittlemonthly.com, where you will find a new short story every month. It is magnifique. And of course, to purchase my book, A Sexual Odyssey. It is not erotica, but it is sexy as hell. Now, I would welcome my studio audience. My studio audience, which I so highly value. I thank you for coming here. Let us proceed to this week's stories, which are so devastating and upsetting in some ways. Vladimir Putin, when being confronted with the satellite photos of Russian troops and arms entering the Ukraine, said, quote, "It's probably just footage from some video game," unquote. When asked to comment, Obama's spokesperson said, "That's no video game, unless there's one called Grand Theft Crimea." Never played that one myself. President Obama recently gave a major foreign policy address in the country of Estonia. When asked why he chose Estonia, his spokesperson said he's very comfortable there, quote unquote. When the interviewer looked confused, he added, "After all, Estonia is just another name for Colorado." Makes sense. This just in. Thank you. Don't forget, we're in the very highly technical Morse studios. We have access to global information from all over the world. Hackers recently gained access to several stars' cell phones and published nude photos of them on 4chan, a photographic site. Here are examples from our high-tech studio of two of those hacked stars. You see, we have exclusive photos here at the Morsk Studios of practically everything. In response to this, Mayor Rob Ford of Ontario was insulted that his phone had not been attacked. He said, quote, "I may have to go back on crack." Makes sense. Hackers recently gained access to several stars. I just read that one. Thank you very much. Do I have to do everything myself? Justin Bieber. We have exclusive Morsk Feed photo of Justin Bieber. This is Bieber with Babe. Very high tech. Justin Bieber was arrested for assault, reckless driving, and driving while under the influence. When asked to comment, the Bieber said, quote, "It is all because they refused to give back my monkey." Poor little Bieber. The other night I left my iPhone and my LG phone on the desk. I woke up to hear Siri and Cortana making passionate digital amour. By the way, I think Stolichnaya and Thorazine go beautifully together, don't you? I do. The terrorist organization Al-Shabaab was responsible for a suicide bomb in Djibouti. They also have a sister organization, Al-Shish Kebab, which was finally integrated into Al-Shabaab itself. Al-Shabaab spokesman said, quote, "We devoured al shish kebab, then shook Djibouti." On a personal note, Hoda, I simply adore you, you little fine piece of French furniture, you little cranberry sauce in the butt of my desire. You are everything to me. I love you. According to Time magazine, the percentage of women who reach orgasm during sex is 29, compared to 75% of men. In short, men need to have sex with women almost 3 times more often in order for them to catch up. Somebody's got to do it. Obama was criticized for not having a strategy for attacking ISIS in Syria. When asked to explain, his press secretary said, quote, "It's not that we don't have a strategy, it's just that we don't have one that makes sense." The problem then, according to a recent study, men lose their virginity almost a year earlier, 16.9, than women, 17.4. This begs the question, who are they losing their virginity with? Dear God, don't ask. I love Sturridge now, don't you? On a warm summer's afternoon, President Obama criticized for wearing a tan suit to a press conference. When asked to explain, he said, quote, "I started out wearing a tuxedo, but someone confused me with the butler, and they asked for a scotch and soda." Sorry, Obama. You should have asked for a vodka tonic. It's just in. Thank you. We have all the latest equipment here in the Morsk studios. Secretary of State John Kerry brought his dog Ben to the State Department on, quote, "Bring your kids to work day." The dog, referred to as the diplomat, jumped on him and then the sign language interpreter while he was speaking. When asked about this, he said, quote, "Next year I'll just bring my hamster, the diplo-ham, and my pet rock, the diplo-rock, to work." Nice, John. Finally, United Flight 1462 from Newark to Denver was forced to divert to Chicago O'Hare after 2 passengers started fighting. The dispute was about the use of the, quote, "knee defender," unquote, that prevents the passenger in front of you from tilting their seat back. Apparently, most airlines prohibit this. When she heard about this, Kim Kardashian wrote to the Federal Aviation Administration asking, quote, "Does this mean I can no longer use my breast defender?" Well, friends, this is bringing us to the final conclusion of the Morsk Feed number 6, Nude Hackers and Bieber Whackers edition. Yes, I get very philosophical till the end of these shows, for I love my audience so much. But I leave you with these words from one of the greatest poets of our generation, or any generation for that matter. Quote, "Hit, hit, hit on them bitches, 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 like the witches, witches, witches they may be," unquote. And of course, I'm quoting none other than that wonderful poet, Slim Shady. I bid you adieu. I love you all. Some of you are a bit demented, but it does not matter. I love you. Don't forget to buy my book Key, A Sexual Odyssey, and to visit my website morsklitmonthly.com. It will enlighten and enhance your life almost as much as arugula. I love you. Turn it off. You idiot, I said turn it off. Must I do everything myself?